Hey guys, Quillwick again. And I want to talk about something that recently cropped up in the Bionicle fandom, which, to put it shortly, they're going insane. Which honestly isn't that unusual for the Bionicle fandom or fandoms in general, but I just like to talk about it a little more. Uh, this year, LEGO has announced that they're making a special 90th anniversary set, which is going to include a bunch of generic bricks that'll allow you to build whatever you want, which is really cool. Uh, but the set also includes instructions for 15 small, simple renditions of historic Lego sets, including the original 2001 Tahu, the one that started it all for Bionicle and its 10-year saga. Cool stuff. Here's the thing though. The Tahu, he's kind of cute and ridiculous looking. And Bionicle fans feel kind of miffed about it. And I can see why. It's really small, simple. It doesn't really look like Tahu, and the googly eyes kind of throw it off. I like it. Um, there's also the bigger context of the fact that this is a pile of bricks that's supposed to encapsulate all of Lego. And what Lego is, you build what you want. You have the pieces, and we have sets that you can build. And here are some of the greatest ones, little homages. It's not like they're gonna stick a whole Bionicle in there. That's silly. But Bionicle fans still felt very miffed and felt that this was kind of a insulting token reference. And I kind of get it, but at the same time, I feel like some guys have got to chill out a little bit. Bionicle's been gone for 11 years now, and it jumped the shark before it went down. Like, after the big bad guy, Makuta Pterodax, after he died, things kind of went weird. Like, the story was bad. I'm not going to get into the details right now, but it was bad. And things were just kind of wonky and not quite as it were. They should have stopped after the defeat of Pterodax and the restoration of Bara Magna. That would have, that was a fantastic endpoint for a 10-year story. But they kept going and it died. And that's okay. Yes, Bionicle saved Lego from bankruptcy, but they're not owed respect to their saviors. They don't have to keep it all around for the older fans. They do what they can for the older fans. They make reference to it. They make reference to the stuff from the 80s. Bionicle isn't coming back. And a lot of people would really like it if it did. And they tried. They tried to bring Bionicle back and it didn't work. And that's kind of sad, but it's okay. It's still good just because it isn't around anymore. Think of Friends. Friends also lasted 10 years. Do you think that show would still be good if it was running today? Do you think they could have done that? No, it would have been terrible. It only got 10 years. And 10 years is a lot. It's a lot, but we still have it and we still love it for what it is. It didn't die. It completed. It's finished. It's a whole, and now that it is whole, we can look at it that way. And that's how it is with Bionicle. It's a full story that's been told to completion. And now we we have it. We can talk about it. We can love it in its entirety. And yeah, it's so fun to do. Ooh, what's going to come out next season? Wow, look at these cool new sets they put out. But part of beauty is completion. And if Bionicle went on forever, it would have ended up sucking. I feel like this is kind of straight away from the original point of the 90th anniversary set, but I think it's worth contemplating what exactly it means to be a Bionicle fan in this day and age. And what it means to be a Lego fan if your favorite sets are no longer around. Because as I said earlier, Lego is about creating, and if they don't have the pieces that you want, you can make what you want with the pieces that you have. That's part of what makes it so wonderful. And if you go on Reddit, you can find people have taken this doofy looking Tahu and used it as a base to make better looking Tahus, other characters in the same style. And it's really cool. It's so creative. It sparked movement. It sparked imagination. And that's really what Lego is about. The Lego movie doesn't take place in an actual Lego world. It takes place in the imagination of a child. Because that's where Legos thrive. The creativity of this child is what fueled his story, and spoiler alert, helped him repair his strained relationship with his father. The point wasn't that, he had his favorite superheroes in Lego. Because Batman is a side character in it. Superman barely appears. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are background characters. The main character is a generic figure that was given significance by the child who chose him. Emmett isn't special because he's a limited edition figure or because he's part of a major property for Lego. Emmett is important because he sparked the imagination of this child who decided to play with him. And I think when we look at it like that, and apply that to Bionicle, we can revive it ourselves with our own imagination, continuing it. And now this 90th anniversary set has suggested a way to build Bionicles using the more common Lego pieces, because they don't make the Bionicle pieces anymore. They have the common pieces, and people have figured out how to recreate these characters that we love and remember fondly using pieces that you can buy today, which is really cool. You can still have it, and you can still play with it, and you can still tell those stories. And now, in celebration and reverence of creativity, I would like to introduce you to two friends of mine, one old and one new. The first one is Captain Jellybean. Yes, this is him. He is two slope pieces stuck on top of each other facing different directions. But he was my favorite Lego character when I was young. I put him together using spare parts, and he was the star of many, many adventures. Every week I would have friends over to build Legos with me. And one of my favorite things to build was new set pieces for Captain Jellybean and his weird jelly-based adventures. And now for our new friend. A new Toa. He doesn't have a name yet, but I'll think of one. He's a Toa of Fire, also built using the pieces in my Lego collection. He doesn't have an official place in the Bionicle world, but he's mine, and that makes him the most important Toa. I'm Quilwick. Thank you all for listening.